Ladies and gentlemen, we are live on this Sunday morning. We got Giants football kicking off later tonight for Sunday night football. We here with the roll call live as we jump in. Let me straighten out my camera a bit. A little bit. Good enough. Good enough. Now we a little bit in the middle of the shot. Listen, man, we got the Chiefs tonight, man. Kansas City Chiefs tonight. Shout out to my guy Peter. Good morning. Good morning, my guy. Appreciate you for tapping in. We got the Kansas City Chiefs tonight, y'all. It's a big game, Sunday night football, another opportunity to get another win on the board. And who would have thought week 3, Giants and Chiefs are both looking for their first win, and the Chiefs are walking in banged up offensively. They don't have an offense that scares me. For being honest, I'm looking into offensive rankings a little bit, just kind of look at where they are as a team. As we know, they have Patrick Mahomes as their quarterback. That is something that's always going to be a threat, no matter who is on the offensive side for that Chiefs team. But I'm looking at that offense. I'm just saying, please, I hope our offense is able to put up some points. We're here to talk about the Kansas City Chiefs and the New York Giants, man. Let me know your vibes heading into this matchup for Sunday Night Football. I think I might be doing my first potential. We might be live during the game. That would be for the second half because I do have a shot, before that. But we might be live for the second half. Let me know if you guys want to tap in for that, depending on what time I get back. If we lose tonight, are we starting Dart next week? I don't think so, Pete. I don't think we start Dart next week because of Russell Wilson's performance last week. Last week was insane. I'm still kind of unpacking that loss. Miles, what's good, my guy? He says, good morning. Let's hope the Giants can pull off the dub. I'm hoping for that every morning. And every day I get some type of optimism where I feel like we can get it done. Tonight, I get that same vibe. We got Andrew Thomas, who's looking like he's going to make his first appearance this season. Now, what kind of version do we get of Andrew Thomas? That's the biggest question. But whether it's Thomas or Bo, I do like, our matchup overall. That defensive scheme, though, with the Chiefs defense, Steve Spagnuolo spearheading that is something that I'm looking out for against this offense. But yeah, we're here and it's early. Appreciate the content, Jude. Yes, sir. Appreciate you for tapping in, OKC. Listen, I have Sunday mornings free for this portion for this hour. So I think every game this year, I'm gonna try to go live, do a little roll call, kind of get the vibes right. The Giants don't play at 1 p.m. Eastern time, but for anyone that is on the East Coast and waking up 8:30, we're gonna be live 8:30 pretty much every Sunday morning. Glubby, what's going on? Good morning, man. He says Jordan Renaud says Thomas is expecting to make his season debut. Yep, exactly. So this will be the first time we see the Giants offense at full strength. I agree. Andrew Thomas, man. Let's talk about the key matchups in this game, man. Because once again, I spoke on it a little bit. Is the optimism there? Some people are still left shell shocked after what happened last week with the Dallas Cowboys. My lighting wasn't straight. My camera wasn't straight. Didn't start this off right. But Patrick Mahomes is at the other side of the field. When Patrick Mahomes is on that team, they always have a chance, I will say. But for this defense, man, they have to take advantage. There's no wide receiver that I feel like the Giants should be genuinely worried about on a consistent basis. Their first-round pick from last year, Xavier Worthy, is out of the game once again. He did get banged up with his shoulder injury, as you'll see here. Let me just pull this up real quick. I think this is huge. Personally, for me. No Xavier Worthy, which leaves Juju Smith-Schuster, Hollywood Brown, Tyquan Thornton, who got cut from the Patriots. Now, granted, once again, Patrick Mahomes could make him, better. He hasn't been great yet, but he does have straight line speed. He was actually taken in the same round as Wan'Dale Robinson, fun fact. But yeah, their wide receiver position is thin. Their wide receiver position is super thin. No Xavier Worthy means a lot for this team, in my opinion. Means a lot. Duke, do you think Drew Phillips has another big week? It's funny because people said he had an up and down week. I liked his play last week. I will say he has to make more plays in coverage. I think he's a better physical corner. He did walk away with an interception last week, which some people might say the ball hit the floor. I don't care what it is. He walked away with an interception. For me, I want to see him make more plays in coverage. For sure, for sure. Make more plays in coverage. Because in my opinion, he does get burnt a little bit. But when it comes to physically, coming out to make a tackle in a screen, he got that locked down. We better not get burnt by Taekwon Third. And that's what I'm saying, man. We better not get burnt by Taekwon Thornton. Taekwon Thornton. Adam Schefter dropped a tweet late last night about Andrew Thomas. As I pulled that up real quick, I think that's huge for this offense. But the Chiefs defense is no slouch. I was just looking into the stats with TP, Big Blue Crossover. If you haven't seen that, this past week we did it on my channel. Next week will be on his channel. The Giants, man. The Giants find themselves kind of at the bottom of every statistical stat. Statistical stat, that's a great word. For defense. And the Chiefs find themselves top 10 or middle of the pack currently. That's big. So this defense is going to be something to look out for sure. George Karlaftis is one of their edge rushers, but we know Chris Jones is the guy you look out for. Chris Jones being on that D tackle position, he's one of the only guys. It's between him and Dexter Lawrence. It's between him and Dexter Lawrence for sure. Patrick will be running for his life. We might blow a coverage. That's the one thing, man. Patrick Mahomes right now is leading all quarterbacks. Leading all quarterbacks right now. Shout out to New York Giants fans UK. Let me drop a follow real quick. For me to show this tweet and not following, that would be crazy. Andrew Thomas is a full participant in practice this week and is expected to play, but how many snaps he takes will be a decision taken near the game. But yeah, Patrick Mahomes leads the league, man. He leads the league in rushing yards right now. So can't let that guy burn us with his legs, man. In that Eagles game, Thornton had a lot of wide open opportunities downfield, but Mahomes missed them multiple times. I'm hoping that our defensive line kind of keeps him off schedule as well, and gives us that same effect for sure. Why does it feel like it's so dark? That makes a little bit of difference. It feels super dark. Shout out to my guy Born for Sports in the chat, man. Good morning, bro. Let's get this win. Thomas is back. That's what I'm saying, man. Subscribe to my guy Born for Sports if you haven't already. That is going to be Born for Sports, another Giants content creator. We got the game vibes, man. Game day vibes going on. It's Sunday Night Football. The Giants do play a little bit far away from this time, right? But we want to do a little early morning roll call every Sunday morning. Tap in on the channel, 8:30. Tap in. Listen. Off of a performance of last week, we can't expect this offense to do the same thing. We can't, especially against a lot better of a defense. Now I'm shifting the camera back this way. I don't know. It just doesn't feel centered. It's weird. We're not going to have the same type of performance against this defense. But if this offense can put up 20-ish points, 21 points, I think we'll have a chance. We already talked about the wide receiver position. Let's go ahead and look at the production they got last week from their wide receivers. Now, they played the Eagles, but I think the Eagles have a better defensive scheme. Personnel-wise, maybe we're right up there with them. And when I say right up there with them, I mean from the defensive back department. Definitely not at certain other positions. Eagles, Chiefs last week. Let's jump into their stats as a offense as a whole. Obviously, we know they have Travis Kelce. But I feel like that room leaves a lot to be desired, man. Oh, wrong side. Give me 1 second. All right, right here. We got the stats right here, man. Patrick Mahomes, 66 yards on the ground, leads the team in rushing yards, kind of like Russell Wilson did 2 weeks ago. Travis Kelce leading the way with 61 yards, 4 receptions. He's going to continue to be a focal point for that offense. He'll continue to be that. But then you got Taekwon Thornton, 59 yards, 2 catches. Hollywood Brown, 5 catches for 30 yards. Nico Remigio, I think that's going to be his name, and Juju Smith-Schuster. This is what we're going against this week, y'all. Right here. This is what we're going against tonight. There's no excuses. Ain't no excuses. I'm gonna just keep fixing my camera this whole time. Honestly, that's what I'm gonna keep doing. There's no excuses for our defense to not feast with the receiving corps like this. I know they have Patrick Mahomes. I know they do, but our DBs cannot be taken advantage of. They can't. They literally can't. Paulson Adebo, he had a bad week last week. This is a get back week. I don't even know who he'll necessarily guard because I'm being genuinely serious when I say this. I'm really not concerned about any of these guys on this side of the ball, man. We definitely need the defensive line to step up tonight and get pressures on Mahomes. It has to. You have to. That's going to be the tale of every week. And I feel like it's going to start to get redundant when we start to say it, but that's really what this team is built for. This D line needs to take advantage. Granted, they play the Eagles. I understand it. But this wide receiver group does not scare me. It doesn't. Bowen has to stop soft zone. Crazy. We need a Dex breakout game tonight. Hopefully he channels that anger, puts Creed Humphrey into the turf. I need him to get Patrick Mahomes into the turf. 2 games in, no sacks. Now, it can eventually come through, but we need him to get a sack on the board. I need him to get after the quarterback. We need it. Shout out to my guy RC saying, you think Dart will get any snaps, home opener, prime time? Now, they did throw him in last week, right? They did throw him in last week. I could say that I could see a similar package in the sense of running that read option, trying to get, the defense kind of off cue. I'm good without it. I'm just being transparent. I'm good without it. I keep Dart until you want to put him in there full time, but I wouldn't be upset about it. Will we see it tonight though? I'm gonna say no. If you're asking for my prediction, I'm gonna say no. We should spy Patrick. Man, spying Patrick Mahomes is kind of crazy, but he is leading the league in rushing yards from the quarterback position. Born from Source saying that's true. KC's defense is legit by Spags. Can't turn the football over 100%. I also expect our defense to play much better as it will be better, but not afraid of their offense. Our front is going to eat. That's what I'm saying, man. That's where the games are going to be won for the Giants team. We knew that the defense is going to have to come through and help this team win. That's what they're going to have to do. We knew that was going to be the focal point of this team, but this is the type of game that it needs to happen. Rashee Rice is suspended. Xavier Worthy's out. With those 2 guys, it's still a mid-ish group. Take those 2 guys out of there. The Giants need to get their first win tonight. They 100% need to get their first dub tonight. No ifs, ands, or buts. No ifs, ands, or buts. On our offensive side, man, obviously Malik Neighbors is where it all starts. And once again, target the heck out of Malik Neighbors. Keep targeting him. He had a nuclear game last week. They're going to double cover him this week. Find a way to get number 1 the ball. That's going to be the recipe for this team to have success, man. I was talking about it, after we took that L, man. After we took that first L, that was rough. I was talking about Russell Wilson and his connection with Malik Neighbors in the offseason. We seen like they were, kind of cultivating a connection, and we never got to see it. Last week we did. We need to capitalize and do it again. Have to do it again. I think this if I take this off. So I'm just going crazy with the camera. I changed my lens, and it just seems darker in here. Don't know why. I don't know why. Little stuff like that gets under my skin. How many third down penalties will we have or roughing the passer? Great point, Pete. That's a great point. I keep forgetting this point because that loss hurt so much that I'm putting it on so many other things. But this is a fantastic point. Fantastic point in general. Do not commit over 5 penalties in this game. It almost feels like an impossible challenge. But if the Giants, I can't say 5. 5 is like kind of mid. But 14 last week was insane. 21 were called and 14 were accepted. That's insane. This Giants team cannot let that happen this week. No mistakes, no dumb penalties like that, man. The roughing the passes, some of them were BS, if I'm just being honest. Some of them were not good calls last week and just went against us. But they got to get it done. Once again, talking about this offense, though, can the running game make an emergence? We're going to be saying that every week, but can the running game be consistent? Can the running game string things together from the running back position? Cam Scatterbo, I think, has more of a role in this offense for sure moving forward, and you're probably going to see that tonight. At the end of the day, this offensive line hasn't been great when it comes to running the ball, hasn't opened up huge holes. Cam Scatterbo, though, finds a way to always move forward. He always finds a way to at least finish his run moving forward. So that's something that we need to continue to see as I move my camera again. That's something we need to see, man. Who do you think is your X factor for the Giants to win tonight? Let me know in the chat right now, man. Who's your X factor to win tonight? If you had to pick one guy on this team that needs to ball out for us to have a dub, who is that one guy? I'm going to be honest, man. I want to see our safeties come away with the pick one way or another. We know Patrick Mahomes is still going to take some shots. He doesn't take shots consistently, but you know he's going to try it, especially with a guy like Thornton, who he's just a vertical route runner. That's all he is. Takes shots down the field. All Thornton does is run a vert. We need our safety or we need our corner to come down with the pick. But I'm picking Javon Holland and Tyler Nubin. Tyler Nubin, he was my X factor heading into the year. I said Tyler Nubin is going to be set up for a huge year. 2 games in, I'm not impressed. 2 games in, I have not been impressed with Tyler Nubin. If you watch back that game, which I did because it was a fun game, Tyler Nubin had some missed tackles, just bad angles. And that's something that I just didn't see for him heading into, obviously his professional career. D-line is an X factor. Yes, sir. Shout out to you, Money Mike, being in the building. There's going to be at least 5 roughing the passer penalties alone. With Patrick Mahomes, it might be the case. I dare him to try to run over one of our defensive players, and I hope we lay him out. That's something that I hope for. The way he kind of deked, I forgot who it was in that first. Oh, someone on the Chargers. I think it was Jackson. I feel like he was running out of bounds and then just trucked the corner. We need someone to lay him out. Wandale comes up big again. Crazy, man. Once again, definitely always stay tuned for the Big Blue crossover once again with my guy TP. I'm going to be talking about it all year as we do it all year. No joke, last week, and I got to go back and clip it, but last week I was over here talking about Wandale, and Wandale had a career game last week. If we could see that again, that would be awesome. Wandale, being targeted down the field and having a career day was insane. If we can see any type of resemblance of that, that would be fantastic. Other things I'm looking at in this matchup, once again, Patrick Mahomes with that wide receiving corpse. Travis Kelce, you can't stop him because him and Patrick Mahomes do have a crazy connection. But limit him. Limit him, man. That's what we got to do. Limit him. Born from Source saying I crashed out last week when Bowen lost that game with his play calling with 14 seconds. That's what I'm saying, man. No excuses for Bowen moving forward. Put your players in a position to succeed. It comes down to you as a defensive coordinator. They take the blame for it too. I'm right there with you. I wasn't mad about Russell Wilson's interception in overtime. Don't get me wrong. In the moment, I'm upset because that was his worst play. He saved it for the worst timing. But giving up that field goal with 14 seconds is insane. Newman has been very disappointing. He's been like a role player on this defense. Wink made Pinnock feel like a top 10 safety. That's true. That's true, man. That's what I'm saying. Newman's been my X factor. I hope he turns it around. It's still only 2 games into the season, but he just hasn't looked good. He hasn't. And after you paired him with Javon Holland in that back end, scheme be damned. 100%. You are lips to God's ears, man. I hope I hope so. I hope so. Our D-line is supposed to be elite and the anchor of this team. They haven't shown that yet. This is the game we really need them to. I feel like I agree with this sentiment. I agree with this sentiment a bit. Last week, they got gas. They were out of gas last week. They started off really good against Dak, but they got gas. I'm not surprised. This is that type of matchup that you really want. You really want to see it take off. Because once again, you hope that the guys in the back end can hold up just a little bit. Hold up just a little bit so this D-line can get after Patrick Mahomes. That's the biggest thing. Their weapons are not crazy like that. They don't have a George Pickens or a CeeDee Lamb that they're going to, or even in our first matchup, they don't have a Terry McLaurin, a Deebo Samuel. Get after the QB, man. Get after it. Am I the only Giants fan bothered that Slayton disappears for games? Recently, it's been that. I'm not surprised after Malik Neighbors continues to make his emergence, and you see Russ targeting Wandale a lot. I did expect Slayton to have a solid start, but hey, I think occasionally we're going to get a Slayton game, and tonight might be that night. He's going to be getting one-on-one coverage. He's going to be getting one-on-one coverage. So we got to we got to exploit that somehow, some way. And I need him to exploit that somehow, some way. Don't be scared of Mahomes/Kelce. Tay made Travis weak. Taylor Swift. I'm not scared of it. I just know we can't limit it. They have a good connection with each other. And I'm talking about Taylor Swift and Kelce. I'm definitely kidding. But nah, they definitely we still have to make Kelce a focal point. Because he's their number one guy. He's literally just that number one guy. Let me see if we got anything as we're heading into the morning for this. Dang. First tweet I saw was something about the Eagles. Is there any good 1 p.m. games happening today? 1 p.m. My X factor is Slayton. Spags is going to try to limit Leaks opportunities, and Wanda will have to be ready in the quick game. I can see Slayton getting opportunities deep on a big player too. 100%. I agree with this sentiment. Got to be able to take advantage. Other guys are going to have all the attention on them. Slayton as a wide receiver 3, as a number 3 target. Come on, man. Nothing changed. My fear was stopping the run and covering the tight end. It remains to be the same thing that we talk about. Once again, right? I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer, but let me look up NFL defense rankings to show you guys where we are at. Granted, only 2 games in. And after playing in a game like yesterday or last week, sorry, not yesterday, it doesn't help our case. But when you pull up the stats, man, it is not. Can they limit Mr. Unlimited today? That's the biggest thing. Is Spags going to call up a game that limits Mr. Unlimited? Shout out to my guy official in the building. But yeah, we need Russ. We need the similar type of Russ as last week. When we go to team defense rankings, man, you'll find the Chiefs in the middle of the pack, sitting around 13 total defense, and your New York Giants football team is at 32. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. Being dead last when it comes to team defense, unacceptable. When you go to passing defense, 29th. It's not fantastic. When you go to the rushing defense, 32nd. That is also unacceptable. And when you go to the scoring defense, 27th. Now, that once again, week 2 is going to be an outlier. We gave up a lot of points. Red zone defense, 31. Third down defense. We're middle of the pack in third down. Get them to third down. You know why? It's because it's been 2nd and 19. We've been letting them convert. That's why we're that high on third down defense. We don't really get to third down often because when it's 2nd down and 19, they're getting it. So right now, our defense is not pan out well currently. 2 games in, though. Should change. Shout out to my guy Avion in the building, man. Avion. Sorry, I said that weird. Good morning, man. All we really need is Slayton to have his occasional 40-plus yard reception. Give me 2 of them. Give me 2 of them, man. Rams versus Eagles. Oh, that's a 1 p.m. game? They should have made that 4:30. That's going to be a great game. They should have made that. Dang, they should have made that 4:30. I'm sick. Battle of the backups, Jake Browning and Carson Wentz, 1 p.m. That's funny. That is going to be a good game. Who makes it out? Jake Browning. I'm giving it to Jake Browning, though. We got Colts, Titans. I don't know if anyone else said anything, but Colts, Titans, Raiders, Commanders. I'm definitely watching that. Marcus Mariota. I hope he gets the L against the Raiders. Commanders can take another L. Rams, Eagles is a great game. Then when we head into a 4 o'clock window, Broncos, Chargers is a sneaky good game. Yeah, I feel like the lineup for today is not great. We got some bad teams playing against bad teams today. No, Slayton needs to contribute more. Slayton is a wide receiver 3, but he's our 2. I don't expect much from him. I think Cruz is saying no from saying he's a wide receiver 3. I specifically mean he's a 3rd on the totem pole, but he should be able to feast in his role. Him as a wide receiver 3. Like Money Mike said, he might be our 2. Maybe we kind of overvalue him a bit, but I think he should be better than whoever's guarding him, the 2nd, 3rd cornerback. Bowen sucks. I don't think the Chiefs can block our front without that quick game. Key matchup is Dex versus Humphrey. Let's eat. And I think Dex beats any matchup he has. That's the one thing. It's just we know he's going to get double teamed. I need him to actually get to the quarterback. We got a couple pressures from him, but I need him to get there. Bo and his Garbo. You heard what Dex was saying. I think Dex was saying last week. Uh, well, what was Dex saying? Pretty much that he's starting to get fed up. I think that's what the report was. Let's see if I can pull that up real quick. Try to see if I can pull that real quick. My fantasy team is 2-0. I might win more games this year than the Giants. I think that's likely. I think that's likely. Let's see if they have the search up Dexter Lawrence. All I got is Baby Watch. This is all I got, man. I wanted to pull up. Dang, I wanted to pull up exactly what he said with that tweet. Or not tweet, but that quote. But this is all I got, and this is the same energy I'm gonna give for today, man. I just saw. Hold on, I didn't even read the chat, but I did see something about a trade with Dexter Lawrence. I'm not on board for that, man. I'm not. But Dexter Lawrence says, "I will be at my best on Sunday night. I'll be ready." That's what I want to see. I want to see him be ready, man. On the big stage, we got to get it done. I was looking at this. Big shout out to who was posting it. Dexter Lawrence was PFF's highest graded Giants defender. Shout out to Nick Filato, another Giants content creator. All three of his pressures were hurries. He recorded 3 stops of less than 2 yards and received a lot of double teams. Some are questioning Dex's impact. It's still there. It just hasn't translated to sacks. I want to see at least one of them tonight. I want to see at least one of them tonight. I need Abdul Carter sack. The man said he wasn't getting a haircut till he gets himself a sack. I haven't seen him get his own. Tonight might have to be the night. Make tonight the night. Appreciate my guy Bone for Sports once again. Hit the like button on the stream. Show some love. I need everyone in the chat right now. Go ahead and drop a like on the live stream real quick while you can. If you're new, subscribe, man. If you're new, subscribe. I think we're all from the house right now, though. But if you're new, subscribe for sure. 8:30 Eastern time roll calls every Sunday morning. We here live and early with it. Jump in, have some good vibes, talk about the game. They're saying it's trade rumors with Dex. When we suck, it's always going to be trade rumors. I don't believe that to be true. I doubt they would actually pull it off. Last ranked defense is nasty work. It is, man. It is. I wish we had Brian Flores back in 2022. It's never going to happen now, but our defense would be top 10 easily. Brian Flores, you can just imagine what would he do with his defensive line? What would he do? I love the different pressures that he shows, but with a guy like Abdul Carter, I think Brian Flores would be like a perfect pairing. We hired a different Brian. Was that controversy when we did that hire? I don't know if you guys remember that, but that was insane. That was insane. I got old videos on that on the channel. What matchup are you looking at the most? I'm gonna try to stray away from saying the defensive line. I think it's very easy to say it, even though that's always going to be the key matchup. Our D line against whoever is on the other side of the field. But once again, I'm looking at the wide receiver and the DBs. We better not get cooked. It's Patrick Mahomes. It's Patrick Mahomes. But we better not get cooked. I'm looking for a similar stat line. A similar stat line that the Eagles were able to hold up with the Chiefs. That's the type of stat line I'm looking at. Pull it up real quick. A lot to ask, right? Because they did have a Vic Fangio defense versus what we got going on. But if we let Patrick Mahomes throw for over 250 yards, we're losing this game. He ran for 66 on the ground. He only threw for 187. We got to get it done, man. This receiving corpse right here cannot get beat by this. Juju Smith-Schuster in 2025 is egregious. Tyquan Thornton, he got cut and picked up for free. Hollywood Brown, short yardage merchant, 5 receptions for 30 yards, averaging 6 yards a pop. We can't get beat by this, y'all. Respectfully, Nico Remigio, I don't know who he is. And I say that with all respect. Nico Remigio. Let's look into Nico Remigio. Is he a rookie? 25 years of age. This is his first year. He's a rookie, right? Y'all know? Second year? Oh, second year. This guy is getting me. Well, granted, sometimes people can make fun of us. I don't care. People can make fun of us. Nothing against the guy personally, right? But this is one of the guys that's on there. That's on their. This is one of the guys that's on their. Starting for him. The guy played 5 games last year, recorded 2 receptions with 6 targets for 48 yards. This year, he played in 2 games, and last week he had his first catch. We cannot get beat by a guy like that. We cannot get beat by a guy like that. I'm sorry. That's what I'm looking at, man. He sued the Giants. Yeah, he did. That was crazy. That was wild work. Brian Flores. I don't know what happened with Dayball and Wink. That was a mistake to let Wink go. They fought over pizza, according to Brian Dayball. Remember that, guys. They fought over pizza. I'm a Wolverine fan, and Wink is still bringing all kind of blitz. I definitely could see. I'm not surprised he went that route. He's gonna end up making it back to. He's gonna end up making it back to the NFL eventually. But going that route in college, his defense is gonna put quarterbacks in sorts. The way he mixes things up, man, is gonna put things in sports. All right, man. So once again, I will be live potentially. I will be live for that second half. I don't normally do play-by-play, but it is Sunday Night Football. I think it's the only Sunday Night Football game the Giants have. We have a Monday nighter against the Patriots later in the year. So big matchup tonight against the Kansas City Chiefs. I potentially will be live for that second half, man. But before we head out of here, man, drop your score predictions down in the chat. I'm gonna give a brief foreshadowing of how this game should go and what my score prediction is for the Giants. Recipe for success to win today, y'all. And I'm gonna bring it close. The Giants D-line need to walk away with at least 4 sacks. If we have 4 sacks, the Giants are winning this game. Because I could see it where Pat Mahomes is holding the ball, trying to make plays in the backfield, trying to get around Abdul Carter, Brian Burns, trying to make plays. Patrick Mahomes is that type of guy, but he hasn't faced this D-line yet. He hasn't. Make the guy hold on to the ball a little bit. DBs, stick to your receivers. You cannot lose to a Tyquan Thornton, a Nico Remigio, and a Juju Smith-Schuster in 2025. Hollywood Brown, have all the catches you want within 2 yards. It is what it is. DBs need to tackle. They need to stick to their guys, and this D-line needs to get after Patrick Mahomes. If we get 4 sacks on the board, and I think this defensive line is capable of it, 4 sacks on the board, Giants walk away with the W. It's going to be a low-scoring affair, but I got the Giants winning 21-17. Keep Patrick Mahomes at 17 points like the Eagles did last week. They've been in low-scoring affairs. Keep them to 17, and the Giants get the W. That's my take on it, man. Giants are going to shock the world today. Appreciate you, purple and gold. We got Vikings fan in the building. Big game for you guys. Big game for you guys. Giants 24-21. Giants 24-21. Let's go, man. Let's go. Big game tonight. Once again, let me know or stay tuned. Might pop in second half of the game. And it's going to be a close game, y'all. The Giants love to do this. It's going to be a close game one way or another. So definitely stay tuned for that. If Russell Wilson, Mr. Unlimited, can show what he did last week, then the Giants win this game. And I think it could be easy. It's crazy for me to say it. If he shows himself as the same QB as last week, man. Giants 24-23. It's going to be a close game. This is the one thing I will say before we head out of here, man. The one thing I will say, hold on. I got to pull this up because this is a tradition. Every week, if you don't know, now you do know that we all know it. There's always a game NFL Network drops every week. Let me pull this up real quick. This is the last thing before I head out of here. Appreciate y'all for tapping in, by the way, early in the morning, man. They might take this down. This right here is the reason why I think the Giants are going to win tonight. Believe it or not, this right here is why the Giants are going to win tonight. Because nobody, when I say nobody, we can move the screen around. Nobody picked us to win. Nobody picked us to win. Nobody picked us to win, man. You see red across the board. Kansas City Chiefs picked all across the board. This is the exact reason why the Giants are going to win tonight. Enough said. Every week, the past 2 weeks, at least 1 to 2 people picked the Giants. This week, everyone picked Kansas City. It makes perfect sense. Betting odds has us, I think, we're home, first home opener, and we're down 6 points. I'm telling you, I think y'all got to bet on the Giants tonight. This right here screams that the Giants are winning. Yeah, you saw that. Refs love Patrick Mahomes. NFL won't let Chiefs go 0-3. I don't know, man. I don't know. Bowen has absolutely no clue to how to use the team he has. His scheme sucks. No kind of creativity. Easiest schemes for opposing coaches to figure out. I agree. It's very vanilla. It is very vanilla. But y'all, this is exactly why the Giants are winning tonight. Exactly why, man. Appreciate you for tapping in on Roll Call Sunday morning. Appreciate y'all for tapping in before the Giants kick off tonight. Stay tuned for tonight. Either way, I will have a post game out for sure, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.